How's it going, guys? So we're at my friend Kevin's house again. He bought a Mini Cooper. It's probably been 2 weeks ago, I guess, Kev.
Yeah.
Been sitting here on his car hauler. I'll flip you around. And if you can see once I get out away from the light or not, this was a 08 or 09. A 2009 Mini Cooper Clubman, not the S, just a regular. So it has the N14 engine. Bought it from a dealer, and he actually picked it up from the Nissan dealer close to where we live. And the guy said, what was the story? He was driving it
And quit, wouldn't start back up at the dealer.
and it wouldn't start back up at the dealer, and then you sniped it off for a insanely cheap price. Has 80-some thousand miles on it. Interior is everything's pretty decent on it, not bad. So we back it in here today, take a look at it. Put my headlight on here because you still may not be able to see. And it sounded like it had no compression. Well, after further inspection, the valve cover, that's like a hole. You can see the cams and everything in there. And you can see the valve cover is actually melting out. Turn that off, let the camera readjust. The valve cover is actually melting out. It's actually melted plastic. It looks like silicone, but it's not. And there's no coolant in it. We just checked that. There's coolant down here in the little tray by the oil filter housing. So, I mean, these N14s usually are pretty resilient engines, but you run anything out of water, and I guess you drive it long enough with no water in it, it's gonna do this. Sorry about the noise, the trailer's making noise. So yeah, it went from possibly timing chain problem into no compression because the head's probably warped into U-shape. So I don't know, I don't really see anything down in there that's bad, but it very well could take a whole different engine. I don't know how resilient these N14s are to overheating. If the lower end's okay, BMWs, you can pretty much do anything you want to them. It's not going to hurt the lower end. But this thing, I don't know. So he doesn't know what he's going to do at this point, because if he puts a different head on or gets the head fixed and redoes all that, starts it up and it's knocking, then you do all that work for no reason. I think we both hate putting engines from the junkyard in something, especially a more expensive engine like this, because you don't know who's done what to it before you put it in. It could be knocking when you put it in too, or it could have any kind of problem at all. But what we found was really funny about this whole thing, we have a receipt here. I don't know if you could even see that or not. And the receipt is from the Nissan dealer, and they replaced the mass airflow sensor, and the total is $694.43 for the mass airflow sensor, which is right there. I mean, basically a 3-year-old could change that. So if you look at the paper here a little closer, and they have $519.96 to buy the mass airflow sensor, and $40 for a rental car.
$12 labor.
And how much labor?
90, I think.
And $90 labor, and $93 labor. For 1 hour of labor to put that sensor on, take about 30 seconds. So I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of the same thing as that E90 we have at the house. Some of the receipts that she was texting to me, I wanted to put them on the last video, but I thought, well, better not. That shop probably tried to sue me or whatever. Who freaking knows at this point? But that's pretty much highway robbery. If you can't find a better deal on that than $500 and some dollars, I'm guessing they bought it right from the mini dealership and marked the price up, and he was finding other receipts in there and everything else. I don't know. It just one little problem on this car turned into a nightmare. Somebody wasn't watching what they were doing. Who knows? But he's definitely probably gonna need an engine at this point, or at least a new head. So that's it, guys. So I'll show you this little short clip tomorrow the parts will be in for, or it'll be today for you guys, for the E90, and we'll have a valve cover video up then. So thanks for watching. See you later.